All right, moving on. Well, in a big push for commercial space, InSpace has invited applications from private players to run operations at India's new spaceport in Kulasa, Karapattinam, Tamil Nadu. The government is moving to hand over day-to-day operations of the rupees 986 crore facility to the private sector. InSpace is seeking bids to boost small satellite launches and meet growing global demand. The spaceport is targeted for commissioning in financial year 26-27 with private operations. Once ready, it will become India's private-run launch site for commercial missions. InSpace's push also aims to make Tamil Nadu a hub for quick turnaround SSLV launches by startups and non-government entities. It is ISRO's nodal agency for the private space sector. Created in 2020 to open the space sector to private companies, InSpace works as a single window regulator for permissions and authorizations. It also enables private players to use ISRO facilities, technology and infrastructure. The SSLV launch complex is ISRO's second spaceport, built at a cost of approximately 986 crore across 2,233 acres in Thoothukudi district. It enables direct southward launches over the Indian Ocean with no landmass crossing, eliminating the fuel-wasting maneuver needed to Sriharikota. The complex will house 35 facilities, including a launch pad and assembly building. A mobile launch structure will support up to 24 launches annually. It is dedicated to SSLV, not heavy GSLV missions, and will be open to private players like Skyroot Aerospace and Agnikul Cosmos as well. All right, we will talk about this with our guest, Dr. Mylswamy Annadurai, scientist and Vice President for Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, and the Program Director of Chandrayaan 1, 2 and 3 is also joining us. Sir, appreciate you joining us, and thank you so much for speaking to NewsX. It's a pleasure and honor to have you, sir, and we appreciate the time that you have taken out. Sir, first of all, your thoughts on this window or gateway that we can call for the private sector that has been opened up. We already saw just a few days ago, sir, that how Skyroot made history. This is obviously in line, in consonance with that same spirit and success, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, it's almost same, and similarly, if you recall, even prior to that, SLV, the similar class of launch vehicle, from ISRO, which has been already developed and flight proven also, has been technology transferred to the private public industries. So that is also readily available. So that means that today the small launch vehicles which can maximally make use of the geographical location of Kulasa is already 2 of them ready, and Agnikul is at the anvil.
So what would you describe as a successful scenario when it comes to India's private space program? The kind of processes and the kind of inputs that have been given by the government also. How important have they been for this kind of a possibility to take shape?
Yeah, if you look at here now, the thing is it's a more of a smaller and smarter satellites, around 200 to 300, 400 kg class of satellites, more predominantly going for the near polar orbit. For this, Kulasa is very aptly suited. Along with the small launch vehicles, enables the economy of today also it's coming there. Beyond that, I think another need coming is a good number of constellation of the small satellites already almost in the space, and now the requirements will keep coming for replacement of satellites once in a while. The satellites loses its life. That frequency will increase in the months to come, and years to come. That will call for a very frequent the satellites launch, almost on demand to be launched there. So that way, look at here, a couple of commercial and small launch vehicles available, and in and around even the state government, the Tamil Nadu government also making an ecosystem such that the systems meant for the launch vehicles and satellites also could be realized, harnessed with the space park which they are in and around Kulasa being coming. All put together, the turnaround time will come down. the logistics expenses will come down. When the launch on demand is keep going up, the Kulasekarapatinam will be an apt position across the world for the launching the satellites, in the small satellites, in number and with a larger frequency.
So it is also going to be about success. It is also going to be about eventually making money, right? And
Exactly.
creating an economy around the space launches as a result of this endeavor. How long do you think that India is going to be ready to compete with companies like SpaceX and what have you?
Yeah, you recall the Indian space program, though it technically has almost done everything and more economical also has shown that. But commercially look at here, we are not more than 2% of the global space commerce. But the target is to take it to the 10%. To make it to the 10%, this launch port, Kulasekarapatinam, will enable, because the launch frequencies will improve better than every fortnight one launch type of a thing. So that comes, it enables for the space commerce to improve, and over and above that there is every possibility Indian space companies also putting the satellites for our own need, even beyond other nations' needs also, it can go there. That means we have the launch frequency we enabled, that has a lot of spin-off effects to improve our space commerce towards the targeted 10% share of the world space commerce by India. So that way, look at here, beyond SpaceX, a good number of other players also coming, and they also need an alternate option. So that now alternate to SpaceX is coming. No longer China is in the commercial front, and India playing a meaningful role for this national as well as the international demands, whatever is coming there. So that way, our target of 10%, that immediate goal, I think that's very, very feasible, keeping a Kulasekarapatinam coming in the range. So this may start maybe from the another a year or two from now, because this being a small launch pad, so that could be made faster than what we have done in Sriharikota. And beyond that, I know the Agnikul type of thing, they are looking for the even mobile launchers is good enough for them. That means they need a geographical location and the required infrastructures like power, the communication, the transports, something like that. And so the thing is, make it things very compact, cheaper, but still enable on demand. We are ready to launch the satellites.
All right. So, a pleasure having you. Thank you so much for your time and your perspective on this. It was very important and insightful. Thank you so much.